What's up everyone, Tech Me Out here, and today I'm doing a video on something that I haven't done a video on in a very long time, and I've been getting questions about it. So today I'm happy to be giving you a what is on my iPhone video. Now in this video I'm going to be talking about the jailbreak tweaks I have installed in addition to the applications that I have installed on my device. However, I'm not going to touch on every last one in detail, but I will at least mention all of them so you know what I have installed. So let's talk. First thing we're going to go over is exactly what I'm holding in my hand. So I'm currently rocking an iPhone 6s gold model. I wasn't a fan of the rose gold when I saw it in person, so I got the gold one. As far as capacity, it has 64 gigabytes, and of course it's jailbroken, and I'm running iOS 9.0.2. Now I do have a case up here. I will be linking this case down below in the description box, but I'm going to be doing a full review on it. But thus far I'm enjoying it, and so if you like it just based upon looks alone, you can refer down below to the description box to purchase it. So the first thing we're looking at here is my lock screen, and as you can tell, it's pretty much stock. I haven't themed it too much. I only have one tweak installed really up here, which is lock glyph, so that's how I got the little touch ID down there at the bottom. But what I like the most on my lock screen, believe it or not, is my wallpaper. And if you like it as well, it's going to be linked down below, as well as my home screen wallpaper, just to give you a heads up in case you want to download those for your own device. But yeah, overall, that's really it that I've done to my lock screen. So at this time, I'm going to just go ahead and unlock my device. And here we are with my home screen. So I have a couple of tweaks installed to give me this look that you see right here. The first one being 5-column home screen, which gave me my 5 icons across, and then 5 icon dock, which gave me my 5 icons down here on my dock. As far as the beautiful theme that you see running, it's called 30AA. Now to get this particular theme running on my device, I'm not using Winterboard. I'm using something different. And it's this application right here in the top left corner. I'm not going to butcher the name, so I'm not going to attempt it at this moment, but you can see it, so if you want to download it, you're welcome to it. So taking a look at what we have here, I'm going to skip over the stock apps because we pretty much know what those do. So I'm going to start with this one in the top middle, Fantastical. If you've been watching my What's on My iPhone videos, you pretty much know how I feel about the stock calendar application. So Fantastical is what I use to achieve the needs that I want from my calendar. So if I tap on it here, you can see that I have a month view at the top and a week view at the bottom. And that's really the winning thing about this application as to why I love it so much. So I'm the type of person where I have multiple calendars, and each calendar has a specific color for a specific purpose. So when I'm able to look at my month view up here and see the dots of those calendars and can tell on such and such day I have something business related or personal related going on, that is a must for me. And the cherry on top is the fact that I can look down here at the bottom and see what's going on for me for the week. So those two things alone combined in this beautiful interface is definitely something I recommend you check out as well if you're the type of person that likes that type of view too. Moving on from Fantastical, we have Snapchat. Now, yes, I'm on Snapchat and I'm new on Snapchat. So if you want to follow me up there, I'm going to put a little picture over here where you can take a screenshot of it and then scan it into Snapchat so I'm added instantly. If you have no idea what I'm talking about in terms of adding me in that manner, then I'm also going to have my name over there so you can do it the old-fashioned way. Sliding on from Snapchat, we have the next application that I'm going to touch on being Handle. Handle is a to-do application. In all honesty, I haven't played too much with it, but it's something that I want to explore because I'm trying to find a to-do application that's a little bit more robust than the reminders application on the phone, but still somewhat simple. I don't need anything like Evernote. That's just too much for me right now. Now moving on beyond Handle, I have Upwords, and just like Handle, these are two apps that I'm kind of playing with right now. Haven't jumped too much into it to be able to speak on it, so maybe that'll be something I can talk about later if I feel it's worth sharing. The next app we have up here is Spotify. So this is what I use for my music. I don't use the music application, and I'm not subscribed to Apple Music because Spotify is what I have learned and grown accustomed to before Apple Music came out. And in all honesty, when I started giving Apple Music a go, it just seemed very cluttered. It didn't really have an intuitive flow, and I found myself just kind of being more confused than pleased. So I rock with Spotify. And in tapping up here on those three lines, you can see that we have some options that are very similar to Apple Music, such as streaming music, listening to playlists. You can listen to your own playlists that you've made. And the nice thing about those playlists is that you can set them for offline playback so that when you don't have any Wi-Fi or cellular connection, you can still listen to the music that you have in Spotify. But overall, it's a great application. I know there's a paid version and a free version. I've tried both, and after having the paid version, I will say the free version was just like a tease. I had to go back to the paid version. So I do have the paid version of Spotify, and I recommend you check it out if you're looking for a very nice music application. Now, moving on from Spotify, we have Amazon. And if you have been following my videos, you already know how I feel about Amazon. I love it. I've loved shopping on Amazon. I find the best deals. And it's honestly something I check out even sometimes before I hit the store to buy something. I'll go see if they have it on Amazon because generally you can find it cheaper up there. And who doesn't like saving? Now, if you haven't noticed, I have one page of applications. I don't have two because I try to keep it simple so that I can just refer to one page versus two. And so far, it's working out great. I have my main applications up here at the top and then my folders down here at the bottom. So the ones that I use the most are up here and the other ones down here. So at this time, we're going to hop into my folders. So I have my email and task folder here. So in here we have Feedly. This is what I use for my news. And I haven't been on it much lately, but it is what I like to use when I want like a collection of my news articles in one place. That way I don't have to jump to a whole bunch of different applications to find out what's going on in the tech world. Moving out of there and sliding on into my shopping folder. These are a bunch of applications that I use in reference to shopping and also monitoring some of my bills and all of that. And we're going to move on into my Apple folder. In here, just a bunch of default Apple applications that I just stuffed in here. And if you're wondering how in the world did I get my folder to look like this was done with the tweak known as Folder Enhancer. So it gave me the transparent background and it allowed me to have this layout in reference to what you see here so that I can see more on one page within a folder. So check out Folder Enhancer if you want that. Moving on, we have my social folder. So anything in reference to social websites that I'm on is in here. So I have Periscope. All of my social links are going to be below, but I have a confession and I do want to apologize to everybody that follows me on Periscope. I have not been on Periscope lately. So my bad there. I'm going to be working on improving that. So thank you for your patience in the meantime of my little departure there. Another social application that I'm enjoying is Pinterest. If you haven't checked it out and you're the type of person that likes to do DIYs or arts and crafts, or just checking out cool things in general, Pinterest will have you on their site for hours. It's kind of addictive a little bit because it just inspires you, or at least it inspires me. After I get on that site, I just want to go create stuff, you know. Pinterest can really spark your inner creator. Trust me when I say it, definitely check it out if you don't currently have it. So when it comes to Twitter, my default application that I use is Tweetbot. This is what I like to go to versus any other Twitter application out there. I just like the interface and the way it works for me. And I'm sure you all see Beam over here. I'm going to reserve my comments on Beam. I love Casey, which is the guy that made this application. I love his videos, but Beam just has... So moving on from there, we have my travel folder. These are the applications that I like to use when I'm out on the go. So for my weather applications, I have Dark Sky, I have Weather Nerd, and I believe this is Yahoo Weather down here in Bee Weather. So I like Bee Weather for the widget application that it has, and I like Dark Sky for giving me rain updates because I want to know if it's about to rain, and Dark Sky does a beautiful job at notifying me of just that. I also have Fandango for the movie tickets, Urban Spoon for restaurants, Retail Me Not for savings and coupons, and Uber to get around when I'm in a place that I don't have transportation. So popping out of there, we're going to move on to my utilities folder. These are some business or productivity applications that I like to use. So in specific, I have two here for when I'm using my lavalier microphone. These are the applications that I'm running to record the audio. And I also have Genius Scan, which is great when you want your phone to be your portable scanner. So in the event you have receipts or important documents or any paper or anything that you want to take a picture of that you don't want to lose, you can scan it into your phone using that application, label it, and store it away for safekeeping. I also have 1Password, which is a great application if you want something to keep your passwords in and keep those passwords safe. So popping out of there and moving on to the next one, we have my photography folder. So these are all the applications that I use to edit my photos and my videos on the fly. Now, out of these, two that I'm absolutely in love with that I want to encourage you to check out as well is Enlight and Visco. So those are two very great applications when it comes to editing your photos. And between the two, Enlight does give you the most options in reference to what you can do with your photos, but Visco is great as well. Those applications make up my top two for photo editing at the current moment. Some other honorable mentions are Over when you want to add text to your photos, and Camu when you want some nice filters. So if you're into iPhone photography, definitely check out all of these because it might take your little photo skills that you have to the next level. So I'm gonna slide out of here and move on to design. These are the applications that I use to kind of get a certain look and feel on my phone. So by that I mean my wallpapers. I'm a wallpaper fanatic, and when I say a fanatic, I mean I got like 500 plus wallpapers on my phone. And for those of you that are curious where I get them from, in all honesty, it's probably a Google search that I've done, or it's out of this wallpaper application right here. R7 is another great one, and then these here are a few that I've downloaded recently. I'm still exploring them in reference to what options they give me, but out of all of these, this one is my absolute favorite. That one right there. So I'm gonna move back to my home screen and slide into my music and health folder. So if you're curious how I got a folder inside of a folder, that was with Folder Enhancer. So once again, check that out if you want that particular setup. Now, in regards to what is in here, we have a few music applications and then a few health applications. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I have not touched these applications probably at all. I'm still trying to get up and exercise a little bit more. And when I do, these applications will be the first ones that I check out. So I'm not going to talk about them because I can't say much about them, but if you're curious what I'm running in regards to health applications, those would be it. And then my last folder I have here is my games folder. So I don't play a lot of games on my phone, but when I do, these are a few that I like to enjoy. So out of these, the ones that I play the most would be Words with Friends, Heads Up, and probably Pac-Man. I love Plants vs. Zombies, but I play that mostly on my iPad. So if you're looking for some good games to check out, you should definitely check out these. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is about my apps and my tweaks. So at this time, I'm gonna go into my settings, and these are the tweaks that I have installed. I'm not gonna touch on all of them because in all honesty, I'm probably gonna be doing some videos on specific ones in here. But if you're curious what I'm running thus far on my iOS 9 jailbreak, these are the tweaks that I have installed. So I'm gonna just slide through and let you get a good look. And I'm sure if you really want to see them, you'll pause the video. But other than that, these are the things that I have installed on my iPhone 6s Plus that I'm currently enjoying, and the applications that I have installed that I am currently enjoying. But if you have some applications that you feel I should check out, drop them down below in the comment section. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. That way you can stay updated on my videos. And if you want an insider tip on when my next video is coming out, I primarily post that on my Twitter page, so definitely check me out there as well. Aside from that, that's all for this video. As always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.